Good morning, my dear students. Good morning, everybody. Today is Wednesday, day 4, reading and comprehension. Today is 14th of May, 2020. We will review our target vocabulary words: attention, body, enormous, obeys, safety, speech, shocked, station. Today, we will learn reading comprehension of lesson 15, Officer Buckle and Gloria. Our learning outcomes for today are: I can identify cause and effect relationships. I can use text details to monitor and clarify understanding. I want to remind you that yesterday we took I can identify cause and effect relationships. Cause and effect: when one event causes another to happen, the cause is why it happens, and the effect is what happens. So, what new rule would you make for the school or classroom? Try to think about. You should have any idea about class rules. For me, you can't run in the corridors because it's not good for your safety. We should keep calm. We shouldn't run everywhere. Okay, I want to remind you that the title of our story is Officer Buckle and Gloria. The author, she is Peggy Redman. Its genre, humorous fiction, and humorous fiction is a story written to make the reader laugh, and the characters often do silly things. As I look through some of the pictures in the story, I see a police officer with a dog that seems to do strange and funny things, and I think that this story is humorous fiction. Our essential question is, why is it important to follow safety rules? And I told you yesterday we will complete reading the story. Here in page, please open page 500. Please open page 514 to till page 519. Never leave a thumbtack where you might sit on it, the audience roared. Officer Buckle grinned. He said the rest of the taps He said the rest of the taps with plenty of expression. The children clapped their hands and cheered. So, while Mr. or Officer Buckle is talking, if you just look at this picture, you will find the dog is jumping up and down. And Mr. Buckle, he didn't know what did she do. The children clapped their hands, they were clapping and cheered for the dog. Some of them laughed until they cried. Officer Buckle was surprised. He had never noticed how funny safety. So Mr. Buckle was just thinking that he is the funny man, not the dog. After the safety speech, there wasn't a single accident. So, after this speech, there wasn't any accident. If you remember in the beginning of the story, that there was many accidents, and even he was giving them every day a speech, but nobody was taking care of him or paying him any attention. But after he has Gloria, Gloria was doing funny things. While she's doing these funny things, everybody was looking to him and hearing his safety rules. So here, what do the children do when Gloria acts out Officer's Buckle safety taps? Everybody was laughing and have fun. In the next page, Officer Buckle told his safety taps to here, sorry. The next page, the next day, an enormous envelope arrived at the police station. So, what the meaning of enormous as we took in the vocabulary words? Enormous means big or huge. What the meaning of station? Station is an office. It was stuffed with thank you letters from the students at Napville School. Every letter had a drawing of Gloria on it. Officer Buckle thought the drawings showed a lot of imagination. So what is these letters? So the children, just like Gloria and Officer Buckle both, so they started to do a lot of letters with their pictures together. Even his favorite letter was written on a star shape. So this is the favorite letter for Mr. Buckle, piece of paper. It said, "You and Gloria make a good team. Your friend Claire." So Claire sent to him a letter, told him that him and Claire they were both of them very good team, and she told him that I always wear a crash helmet because it was safety number 7 that you teach us. Officer Buckle was tacking Claire's letter to his bulletin board. When the phone started ringing, grade schools, high schools, and daycare centers were calling about the safety speech. So everybody was calling him for taking him to say a safety speech in the school. Officer Buckle, they said, our students want to hear your safety tips, and please bring along that police dog. So everybody wants Officer Buckle and Gloria to come to their schools. Officer Buckle told his safety tips to 313 schools. So he went to 313 schools. Everywhere he and Gloria went, children sat up and listened. After every speech, Officer Buckle took Gloria out for ice cream. Officer Buckle loved having a buddy, so both of them they were friends. We want to review the story accidents and events. Officer Buckle checked to see if Gloria was sitting at attention. She was. Then safety tip number 2 said that Officer Buckle always wipe up spills before someone slips and falls. The children's eyes pooped. Officer Buckle checked on Gloria again. Good dog, he said. Officer Buckle thought of a safety tap he had discovered that morning. Never leave a thumbtack where you might sit on it. The audience roared. Even Officer Buckle grinned. He said the rest of the taps was plenty of expression. The children clapped their hands and cheered. Some of them laughed until they cried. So everybody was laughing. After his safety speech, there wasn't any accidents. So, question number 1, and it's time for our questions. I want first to think aloud. I wonder why the author writes that the children's eyes pooped. What the meaning of eyes poop? When your eyes poop, it means to get bigger and bigger, and they are surprised. That must be what the author means by poop. And why are the children so surprised? They are so surprised because I will look at the picture to see if it gives any clue, and Gloria was standing on her head. So the children must have seemed very surprised. Why is Gloria leaping into the air? She's acting out Officer Buckle's safety tip. So when Mr. Buckle was saying any safety tip, what happens? Gloria, she is acting or imitating him to make him, to help him in doing the safety tap, and even she made the whole audience or the children in the stage were laughing on her. How can you tell that Officer Buckle doesn't know Gloria is acting out his safety taps? Because every time he looks at Gloria, she is sitting quietly. So she was just mocking on him. What does Officer Buckle think is making the children laugh? He was thinking that the safety taps was the reason that everybody was laughing, but he was wrong. Why does Officer Buckle think the drawings show imagination? I know that Officer Buckle thinks Gloria sits quietly. So, in the letters, the children were writing and doing as Gloria used to do inside the stage, but Officer Buckle didn't know about it. So he just think that children were imagining that she's doing funny things. Why did people ask Officer Buckle to bring along his police dog during safety presentations? And I want to tell you something. To bring along or to walk along, it means to be friend with someone. Everyone has heard how funny Gloria is. What is Gloria doing in the first picture on page 519? She was signing autographs. And does Officer Buckle know what Gloria is doing? I don't think so. No. Why does Officer Buckle take Gloria out of her ice cream after every speech? He likes having a friend and a buddy, and they were sitting together in the park. Do you think Officer Buckle is a kind person? From my point of view, yes, because he is serious about safety, but he is very nice and he likes to treat Gloria in a good way and in friendly way. Finally, we have now our exit tickets. And I want to ask you a question. How does Gloria help Officer Buckle? Why do you think Gloria acts differently when Officer Buckle is watching her? Why do the students think of Gloria? I leave you to answer your exit tickets, and I hope that every day try to read aloud your story and to read it and practice on reading very well. So click on the link, and if you understand my lesson very well and you got it, just give me 4 according to Mirzano chart. If you just got it, give me 3. If you kind get it and need more help, give me 2. If you don't get it, give me 1. If you need my help to help you. So thank you, and I hope to see you soon. Goodbye, and tomorrow, inshallah, we will meet again.